Hello, welcome back to my channel, or if you're new, welcome for the first time. Make sure you subscribe. Today, we're going to be testing out some Stranger Things items. I've had this CoverGirl stuff for a hot minute and just haven't had a chance to film with it, so I figured I would do it today. We're getting ready for the new and final season to start, so I've had the Colourpop one for a long time. The Colourpop Stranger Things collection came out, was it last year? The year before? I can't remember. I've had this palette for a little while. CoverGirl did a Stranger Things collection, so I have the palette. I have one of the cream blushes. I have an eyeliner. I've got the color changing green lip gloss. I also have the Colourpop cream blush, and I have used this a fair amount, so I have a decent opinion on their blush and their palette. And then I also got Colourpop's the waffle lip mask. So I figured we could do side-by-side comparison. Full transparency, I don't have high hopes, at least for the palette. This is probably fine because I have pretty sure it's a CoverGirl, like a contour stick that I do use. I don't have it in my caboodle currently because I try and rotate, but I've had that one in there before. It's a good, so this is probably fine. I don't have high hopes for this, but we'll see. We'll put everything to the test. So let's get started. Okay, first off, I'm going to put on the lip mask. I had to pause for a second. My husband came down and went outside. Okay, so this is the waffle lip mask. I got this through Amazon later on. They've had this collection on sale recently. It's really soft, I guess would be the word. I do live in Arizona, so I'm going to take a little bit out of lid. It does smell like maple syrup. We'll start with this and then let it kind of soak in. I haven't really used this. I think I have a Laneige lip mask upstairs. My lips have been really dry, so I've been trying to keep some sort of lip mask near my bed to put on at night. So this can probably go up there too. I was just leaving it down here for filming purposes, but it's not bad. It's a good size. Like, I have small hands, but it's a pretty good pot. Like I said, I live in Arizona. I did order this when it was warmer, so it came pretty liquidy. It's kind of solidified, but how many grams is it? 0.5. So you get a decent amount. Again, you can get it on Amazon, Colourpop's at Ulta. So yeah, it's pretty accessible. Okay, so with the cream blushes, here's the Colourpop one. I have used this one a bunch. It has really good staying power for cream. It's one of those black pH changing in the shade Buyers. I think they only came out with one color. I dipped my brush straight in, so it started to look a little pink on top, but has good staying power. I don't generally have to put powder on top of this. I've worn it during the heat of the day working outside. So this is decent, and it's a pretty standard 80s looking pink, so I think they did a good job with the color. But to be fair, most pH blushes turn that color. This one is also, I think, supposed to be slightly color changing. This is the purpley one. They had a black one like this, but it looked very gray on the model, so I opted just to get this one because I didn't need both because I already have this. So, and it dislodged itself a little bit in shipping. Again, I got this through Amazon. I got all the CoverGirl stuff through Amazon. The Colourpop stuff, other than the lip mask, I got through Colourpop's website when they had it on sale. And I generally just use my IT Cosmetics. I have an e.l.f. version of this brush, but I think it's packed up, so I will try and just clean it off in between. I have base on, bronzer, concealer, that's it. I knew I was going to do cream blush. And normally with a stick like this, I will go straight in anyway. So I'm just going to apply it how I would normally. And then we'll see. Especially with creams, if I know I'm not going to set it, I don't mind going in a little heavy and then I'll wipe off if it looks like it's like too much, kind of help with the edges. I do a kind of a little bit of a blush draping. I'll take it up the side, but I don't think that looks bad. That's a pretty color. Like I said, I looked at the black one and it just looked like very gray cast. So wasn't interested in that. So let's try the Colourpop one on the other side. And again, I just dip straight in. I wiped off my brush. I'm actually hoping these come out pretty close. I mean, it'd be nice if they were a little bit different just because I don't need two identical. Although the stick, as you saw, is a little bit easier to put on. I think it's pretty close. I do have like a function for my kids today, so I'm hoping I can get it to look a little bit cohesive and not have to take this off. If I do, I do, but hoping, because that looks, I mean, this is maybe a hair more pink, and that could just be because I applied more. I feel like they're not maybe exactly the same color. I'm going to put a little bit of it up here near the temple where I didn't go as high, just like I said, for continuity's sake, but they're pretty close to the same color. I mean, I can kind of tell undertone maybe a little bit. This is a little bit more on the plummy side, but this is definitely more pink, but that's just looking at it super close. I feel like for you, you probably are like, you're insane, and they look the same. So it's going to come down to application preference. Like I said, I'm sure the CoverGirl has decent stain power because I know their contour and bronzer is not necessarily the same, but their contour stick has good stain power. So I don't have any ill misconceptions about their stain power. It should be good. I am going to set this today with the powder on both sides again, just so it looks the same at the end. But that looks pretty similar. They both blended out easy. It didn't disrupt anything underneath. I only have powder right here, so I just try and stay away from that. But yeah, I don't have any gripes about that. We're going to finish out the base, and then we'll do eyes. I'm going to layer a cream highlighter underneath just because that's what I do most of the time anyway. With I either just wear the cream by itself or I will put a little bit of powder on top. So this is the ABH Dripping in Gold stick highlighter. This is the one I've been using the last like month or so. I like Benefits, like kilowatt highlighter, whatever that's called. It's got a little like light bulb on it. I like that one for layering too, but so I'm not trying to cheat. This is just how I would wear it anyway. So we can put some powder highlight on top and see how it does. So that's normally what I would do on a daily anyway. So the CoverGirl does have a powder highlight in here. So when you open up the palette, it's got the little film and it's the kids and then the upside down. It's got 4 eyeshadows, 2 highlighters, and a blush. I wish they had made this a bronzer. This is a little more gold, a little more white. And you can probably use all of these as eyeshadow also. I'm just going to take the, was it Piggyback? The more white, glittery one. I'm doing highlighter first, and then we'll maybe put a little bit of the powder blush on. Like I said, you could probably use this as eyeshadow too, because most base products you can put them on the eyes. So, because it's just not very many eyeshadow, but there's the highlighter. I think that one looks nice. Holly Jolly's the other one, so it's just more champagne-y, and that's also very pretty. So let's, again, I'll show up. Here's the palette. Oh, and that eyeshadow just fell out of the pan. The big piece that fell out, I scooped it back in. I'm gonna get my box cutter, try and put most of it, and then I'll repress it, but just be careful. Because that is, again, I did get it from Amazon, but I don't always show the repressing. So this is generally what I'll do if there's big chunks that I can save. My table's decently clean, so just scrape it in and then I'll repress it. Okay, let's try that again. So here's a better look at the eyeshadow. So I did repress it. The whole pan fell out, but yeah, you have a iridescent, a green, satin. They all look kind of satiny. Rift. So there's that. Not a lot to work with. We'll try the blush first. Just a red. It's kind of weird to have kind of a pinky tone underneath. And then have a little bit, I'm just going to dip in a little bit. I'm just going to use my IT Cosmetics Wicked brush. So we're just going to tap in, that looks real red. We're just going to do just a little bit. I like the color that we had, but doing a little bit, it is a nice, definitely got darker on this side, but let's see. And some of that could be because of the color underneath too. Let me blend this out. Powder brush here a little bit. Because I'm just trying to make it look cohesive here. I think that's good. Yeah, that's not a bad color. It is definitely a pigmented blush. There's a lot of kick up in the pan. I did not tap in very hard. So you can probably take it really red, which is nice going into holiday. It layered nicely over the cream. Just tapping in a little bit. I like to put a little bit on my nose. With it being a red, we don't necessarily want to make it look clowny, but a little bit on my chin. Like I said, I'll take some up here. Yeah, I think that looks nice. I am going to finish this off with some setting spray and I'll be right back. Let's swatch the eyeshadows from the CoverGirl palette just because there's not many. So I'm going to take Mallrats, which is the one that fell out. It's very iridescent, more of a toppery shade. Let's see. Pollywog is the green. Let's see, what do we have? Camazotz. It's like a plum. Again, these are all pretty satiny shades. And then Rift is like a, yeah, they're all got a little bit of like a metallic. The purple one's a little more like straight satin, but everything else looks more like a metallic. Okay, so let me show you the Colourpop palette. It's a full eyeshadow palette, so there's more options going on in here. There is a red, but it's a metallic. I do wish that they had like done the upside down, which I think they tried to do a little bit, like this is Hawkins and then this is, I wish they had made this look more 80-ish. I'm sure they tried to have some cohesion, but you know, gone a little bit grungier, darker. I mean, this isn't bad for upside down. I mean, you could leave that like that, but definitely gone more 80s. It's pretty bright, but yeah, I would have liked like Hawkins, like more distinctive, but it's not a bad palette. My favorite shade in here is the 1985 color, which we'll do on the lid. It's really pretty. I don't know. I mean, I might do like the plum underneath the eye or the green. There's not a lot to work with. I'll use one of the shades. Probably use Piggyback again on the inner corner. I'm going to use the gold highlight just on a highlight brush. It's Holly Jolly. I'm just going to put that under the brow bone. just like that. It's pretty subtle, works nice in that capacity. We'll do that. So it's not going to be like, I'm not going to use all the color. Like I don't know how you would do a cohesive look with that by itself. I mean, you could, I suppose, but again, because I have to wear this out, I'm going to do what I would normally do. So I'm going to take D&D in the crease from here. And then we'll go. I have the Alamar Cosmetic Primer. It's a sticky primer. It's not everybody's cup of tea. I got it in a BoxyCharm box, Ipsy, whatever you want to call it. I'm sure it's very similar to the Milk Grip Primer because people like, some people really like that and some people hate it. There's a learning curve with a sticky, completely sticky primer. Sometimes I use it just on the lid, but I've gotten used to using it in the crease. It does give you really good staying power because it has that grip, but you do have to spend a hair more time blending because it's wherever you initially put it, it's a gripping primer, so it's really like clinging on. This is like a mauve taupe shade. This is generally what I do with this palette. I haven't used too many of the dark shades. Might do the green from the CoverGirl palette under. Sometimes plum can make me look like I have a black eye when I put it underneath just because I have dark circles. So we did that. I'm going to take a little bit of 11, which is the light pink, just to blend that up just a hair into the whatever's happening towards the brow bone, just to soften the edges. I might do a little bit of the purple in the outer corner. We'll see how this looks. I'm going to take the 1983 shade all over the lid on both sides. It almost looks like a pressed glitter, but I don't think that, I mean, I think it's got a lot of micro shimmer in it. You definitely want some sort of sticky something. The NYX glitter glue is good. That's the other sticky base I tend to use because it is very flaky, but it's very pretty, as you can see. So we'll do both eyes and then I'll come back. Okay, so I have that all over the lid. I'm going to take Alien Vines from the Colourpop one, which is similar to the Camazots. I put this one down first and then I might do a little bit of that on top. I'm just trying to think because I'm gonna do the green from the CoverGirl on the bottom. The CoverGirl palette to me isn't bad. It's just not complete because you only get 4, like even counting the blush, it's just kind of a weird assortment. So you definitely need, I think, something else. It's definitely a companion palette. Like I would think it would be hard as a standalone completely, but you could make it work. Let's see. I like the way this looks. So I think I'm just going to leave it alone because I think this is pretty. And then I'll just use the green from the other palette underneath. And then I'll probably use a matte in here to help blend that out. But let's do the white highlighter in the inner corner. And then I may put a little bit of the iridescence shade on top just because that is very toppery. The Mallrats, the one that fell out. This definitely wasn't a necessity to me because I already had like the Colourpop palette. Eyeshadow palette is better. It's a bigger palette. I had the cream blush. It's very similar in tone to the CoverGirl, so I definitely didn't need any of the CoverGirl stuff. So I think if you have the Colourpop, you could probably pass. If you don't and you like the CoverGirl stuff, by all means, like I said, nothing is bad. You just don't have a variety. You'll definitely need to use something else. So I'm just putting Mallrats on top of that. I think that's fine. And then I'm just going to use like a little chubby brush. This is generally what I do for under the eyes. So we're going to use Polywog, which is the green metallic. I have really bad allergies. I also am getting over a cold. My eyes tend to be very runny all the time. So I like to do a metallic on the lower lash line. I just feel like they hold up better to the running because they're meant to be used wet. Most of them are. So I feel like the eyeshadow tends to hold up better, at least for me, because of my nose is running still. I don't think I took my allergy medicine this morning when I took everything either, which isn't helping, but I would generally put a metallic underneath like this anyway. That's just how I do my eye makeup. And then I'll go in with a little bit of a matte, either in the same color, like a matte green, or something that'll coordinate. I think I'll do, because you could do the yellow, the waffle. Can't see what I'm pointing at. The yellow. I think I'm just going to use Chief of Police. It's just kind of a khaki color. You can also use like a pressed powder underneath. I just feel like it helps bleeding. It also helps staying power. Helps if you've got fine lines. I don't know. I've noticed that hack. So I use eyeshadow, but you could definitely just use a translucent powder also, and it would accomplish the same thing. Put the sleeve back in that just because it's cute. Okay, so you don't think this is necessary. It's not, it's fine. I like that there's a red blush going into the holidays, but that's like, if it wasn't Christmas time, I probably wouldn't care. Let me wipe my nose and then we'll come back. Okay, I did get the eyeliner. What is this called? Will the Wise. It's a chrome eyeliner. This is in 150. I think they had 2 or 3. I got the purple one. I don't remember. I feel like this was not the only color option, but it does have a little brush, which is nice if you want to do like winged liner. Is this a sharpen or a, okay. It's one of those like weird. There's the color. I don't know if this is going to do anything. Oh, it is. I can see it. That's nice. It's very creamy. I was worried it was going to be dry. It is not. You can definitely see that there. That's nice. I don't know that I would have necessarily done a purple with this, but can definitely see it. It's nice that it's going over the shimmers, because a lot of eyeliners wouldn't. So the fact that it is, I think, speaks a lot to the formula. Like I said, it's really creamy. Creaminess sometimes can mean not good staying power, but like I said, the fact that it's going over the shimmers is a little impressive to me, because especially that Colourpop shimmer being so like glittery and chunky, and just trying to rub on it with a dry brush. It does kind of set down, so that's nice. I'm just using the brush a little bit. It's one of those, I think it does set, so it's not going to move. And you don't have a ton of time, so I would put it down and smudge it at the same time, but it definitely doesn't look bad. I'm not going to put any in my waterline just because my allergies are real bad. My eyes get quite agitated. Let me put mascara on and then we'll do the lip gloss. Okay, so here's the mascara. I do use a lash primer. I like the Too Faced one. I generally wait until it's on sale, but it works really well. And then this is just a Clinique mascara. So let's try the lip gloss. I don't love lip gloss. I can do lip oil. It's not as sticky. This has a smell. Oh, that's nice. It's like a vanilla-y, a little bit fruity. Not bad. Oh, that's thick. I had a little bit of lip mask on too, so that's not helping. But Not a bad smell. pH Transforming Lip Gloss, The Bite. So I have the green one. I think they had a black one. It's turning a little bit. Usually these turn some sort of a pink color, so it's fine. Like I said, I don't love lip gloss. I mainly bought that for the video, but yeah, that is everything. I am happy that we were able to get something cohesive. Yeah, the only issue that I have is that this is more of like a companion palette. The green actually seemed decently pigmented. It looks nice on the lower lash line. It sucks that Mall Rats fell out. I did repress it, so it's fine. I just would not travel with this probably because that would be bad. Generally, if they fall out, that can be more prone to falling out again, kind of a deal. But yeah, it's just one of those things. I think if you already have the Colourpop stuff, you don't need this. If you don't have the Colourpop stuff and this is more available and you've seen it and you like I said, you can get it on Amazon. So if you're interested in it, it's definitely not bad. Just for me, it's not a necessity. I'll keep it because it's Stranger Things, but I could see this being something that I declutter down the road if I'm trying to save space and get rid of things. But I like this. Like I said, I've had this for like a year, so I know I like the Colourpop stuff. But yeah, thank you guys so much. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Again, make sure you're subscribed if you're not already, and hopefully I will see you all in another video. Bye, everybody.